Hello again, my friends. It's February 10th. It's Friday. I hope you guys are doing great out there. Salute. Litecoin Lawton again, back here to support you guys, my favorite people, my crypto family. You guys are the ones that drive me out here. Thank you for my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. If you guys want me to look up anything, let me know. The last couple of days I've been I was sick. The last couple of videos I sound pretty hoarse. Forgive me about that. Today, if you guys do want some news, I'm not going to go into a lot of news today, but if you guys need news and you want to get your news, go to my webpage, litecoinlawton.com, and you can basically look up all the stuff that's going on in the world. The biggest thing I would say that I'm concerned with is this Ethereum price situation with the SEC cracking down on proof of stake. We'll see how that goes. I really think that the US is going to eventually back the dollar by Bitcoin. And if you guys haven't read this article, please read this article. It states the reasons why this will increase the longevity of the US dollar if we actually back our dollar by Bitcoin and stablecoins. And again, you guys, we're right here on the adoption curve. We're in the third and fourth inning. The third and fourth inning are coming up, and I don't want you to miss this. This is like a serious situation. And, what it's pointing to right now, like this area is like 20,000 to 3,000 to 69,000 to 21,000. Okay. This we're talking about, like right here is like $1 million. Right here is like $15 million. So I don't really know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you that things are going to get crazy. And I'll show you why things are going to get crazy is because if you guys ever seen this, this is all the money in the world visualized in like block form. And this kind of like, breaks open this like idea that, Bitcoin can hit $1 million. It seems unfathomable, right? That was a mouthful, right? But but it really isn't when you look at the visualization of all the money in the world, okay? Because you have this Bitcoin, right? This is Sam Bankman-Fried's net worth, like this little, peak net worth, and then it goes all the way to cryptos, and cryptos are like 760 billion, say 80 billion because we had a little pump. And this is 2022, so this is pretty recent. All of Russia can, if Russia itself, an annual GDP of Russia, they could triple the worth of Bitcoin and everything else, right? Here's the US spending, right? So we spend in the US annually the same as as the whole cryptocurrency market put together. And then you have like, the things of the, the money of the gold. This is Bitcoin's coming for gold. Okay. Here's the world's billionaires. So even if like 1% of all the billionaires bought Bitcoin, that would, double the market. Okay. Here's the the balance sheets of the central banks, like US, the Federal Reserve. Like look at all this money, you guys. Like it takes like a fraction. I can just sit here and scroll through this thing. Okay, this is the debt, and then the governments, financial sector, households. Like even if 1% of all the households was like somehow to buy Bitcoin, you're still gonna double. You're gonna double the whole market like overnight. I was thinking about this. Like, look at this real estate, right? Like, what if only 0.5% of real estate was like, okay, we're going to only transact our houses and sell them, and we're sick of escrow and it takes like 5 months and all this paperwork. Bitcoin's a lot simpler of a situation, you guys. There's a lot less middlemen involved as chunking out these prices, and they know that cryptos are a better system, you guys. And so all this money is on the old dinosaur system. Okay. And I can sit here and just scroll. Look at all this, you guys. Okay. This is where it ends, but look at the derivatives. Like if not even 0.5%, if like 0.3% 0.03, yeah, 0.3% of the derivatives market was to get into crypto. It'd like triple the crypto market overnight. So this is all the money in the world, you guys, all the wealth in the world. Okay. And this is where we're at on cryptos. Okay. And so you can't tell me with a straight face that you don't think that we could double the market or triple the market, that this couldn't happen. Okay. Like realistically, we're here and we're going here because why is because of this. This is like, they basically estimate that Bitcoin will start stabilizing around like 30% as it absorbs 30% of the global wealth. That's like the stabilization point. Okay. So all this money, you guys, all these bricks of things coming into play, you know, are going to be going to this superior way of transacting. Okay. Better money, good money is going to um always win. Like people are going to want cheaper, faster, instantaneous money, and what we have now is a broken system where it's not gonna it's just not gonna last very long. So I think that really the case. You guys look at the curve too. So I do want to just point this out. You guys have seen this before. I've showed you guys before this on my channel, but I just give me this is the last, this is 2000, the 2000 decline. This is S&P versus the yield curve, and basically what we're looking at is the 3-month yield curve. So if I buy a bond for 3 months, it was giving me like an annual percentage of like 5.2%. Okay, but then I could buy a bond for 30 years. Okay, tie up my money for 30 years and I get less than 3 month. Okay, so that's what causes this inversion. The bond market basically signals that we're in trouble. And the bond market is way bigger than the regular stock market, is way bigger than cryptos. And it kind of decides where the Fed is going to go. So the bond market is screaming at us right now. If you guys look at the bond market, and I will go into that and show you what's going on with that. But here's the last inversion. Okay, and this is an indicator, you guys, that's basically 100% of the time. Okay, so this was the inversion right here. Okay, this is 100% indicator, you guys. I'm not like, it's not like a 10% of the time this happens. No, 100% of the time that this yield curve inverts, we get a crash afterwards. The other thing is that this bottom in any of these cycles has never come while the Fed is in a quantitative tightening cycle. Okay, so as the Fed goes through this quantitative tightening, it's always the bottom always happens after this pivot. And there's a lot of people out there like Meet Kevin, if you guys are familiar with him. He might as well, Meet Kevin and Jim Cramer are basically should get a room together, because they're basically counter indicators to the whole market. I hate to say that, but I use some people as counter indicators. Okay. And Kramer, I made a lot of money when Kramer was like, Litecoin is garbage, Solana is garbage, you must be an idiot if you're going to buy that. And literally the next day it like pumps 30%, you guys. So use them as counter indicators. I don't know why I feel like they're paid to say the opposite thing, or they know what's coming and they're just trying to like mislead people for some reason. So it's really frustrating out there. There's a lot of people that have their own motivations. They're not like trying to give the people some good information. So you guys, this inversion of this yield curve is the highest we've ever seen. Okay. And this is like the housing market. The housing market wasn't even this extreme, you guys. This means that you're getting 4.6% on a 3-month bond, and you're getting less for a lot less for a 30-year bond. Okay. It's grossly inverted. No, why would you buy a 10-year or a 30-year bond or a 20-year bond or a 10-year bond? Why would you buy any of these kind of bonds when you can buy that like 1 year to 3-month bond and get a lot better rate of return? It doesn't really make sense. It's also kind of hard to explain, but basically what I'm saying is that 100% of the time we get a correction here, you guys. And I want to go back to this chart. Okay, so let's go to the charts. Okay, What do you guys think this is right here? This is the Dow Jones, and this is actually the chart that got me into charting. Excuse me. Cheers, you guys. This is the chart that got me into charting, though. And it's an amazing chart because this is the Great Depression, you guys. This is the Great Depression. This is what it looked like. And the Great Depression, you know, it was like a slow drop. Like it looks violent, right? But it's only because I'm on the monthly. Okay. This thing literally started off, October 1929. Okay. And 300 days later, 1,000 days later, we reach a bottom, okay, in 1930, 1932. Okay. We reach a bottom. Okay. And that was a really long time. Like that was a really long time to bottom. And the other thing is if you zoom out here, okay, you had to wait. If you would have bought this top, you would have had to wait until 1955. Okay. Basically, what is it? 32 to 55, like 23 years later. Okay. Uh, 30, 33, is it 30, 33 years later? Okay. So that's crazy, dude. You guys. Okay. It's like, it's ridiculous. 23. It's 23. So, anyways, you had to wait a really long time. This period right here is a period of time where from 1965 basically to 1983, like this would have been a frustrating time to be a trader. This is a crazy long time too. This is like almost 20 years, and it just went sideways. And this is obviously the Vietnam War, it looks like. So we just basically went sideways on the Dow Jones. Where we are now, this is kind of what I think is going to happen on a macro level, you guys. And I don't know if it's going to be as steep, um, but I would expect something like, maybe it'll be a little less steep. Maybe it'll come down and fall a little bit less. But I mean, it doesn't. I don't have a bottom for this until 2027. Okay. So that this could happen. You guys have to realistically, it doesn't really look that bad, right? In this whole chart. But this is crazy, you guys. Like this is still a 68% retracement right now. Okay. Over the course of, 5 years. Could it go faster? Sure. We could reach bottom sooner. It doesn't have to like look exactly like this. This thing, it could be moved over, and like it could be, maybe it's 2026 we bottom. Okay. But you guys imagine being in something like that. Do you imagine how long, because we've only lived through this. A lot of people have only seen this, right? This little bit of a 2008. If you guys lived through 2008, this is basically when I believe that the housing market died. Or I mean, the whole economic system died. This is the housing market crash, but the whole like system like seized up, and like they had to just inject this crazy, this is with the CARES Act, and like, Trump was passing like all sorts of crazy, like, the CARES Act, and like there was trillions of dollars that just kind of got flooded in. We let stock buybacks. We let companies buy their own stock. Like that was a great idea. A lot of shady stuff, is going on with our system, you guys. And Bitcoin fixes that, the problem for double spending. It fixes a lot of this fractional reserve banking thing, and all this money that's out there, you guys. Like this is a problem. Okay. You always want to see the real problem. Okay. It's all these bets, like all this derivatives, like the 600 trillion, you guys, in derivatives market. Okay. I can just scroll through this thing. This is all the bets. And this is a problem. This is all paper fungazi. This is not real. Like all of this money. And when this money starts finding it, trying to find real things, okay, the places to be at the top of this is what you want to be at the top of this thing. Gold, you want to be in gold. You want to be in silver, mostly. Silver is the one you want to be in. But cryptocurrency is the superior form of currency. It's the superior form of transacting. Decentralization and the separation of church and states, or church and state, but the financial state sector, money and state, that's going to be the next great thing that happens to our people, you guys, is the separation of money and state. And it gives countries something else to worry about, right? Besides money, because money is taken care of. You guys don't have to worry about. We don't have to have banks and central banks and all these entities, right? We can have cryptocurrencies, and like that's a more preferred method of transacting even now, because if you're trying to go across borders, then you're using Litecoin or Doge, right? You usually don't do Bitcoin, because even Bitcoin's a little bit expensive to transact like that. But Litecoin, Doge, you can send in a fraction of a second. You don't have to wait, go through 12 middlemen, get all your shit reported to the IRS and the FBI, and all the middlemen take a little slice of the pie, right? So we'll go back to the charts, you guys. I just wanted to briefly touch on the on Dow Jones. I love the macro level. And here's the SPY, you guys. Like this basically, this whole run right here that you're seeing is all during quantitative easing. Okay, so the money printers are on. The government, the Fed wasn't. It's not the government. The Fed, which is a privately owned corporation, wasn't even selling back. So like they're selling back their balance sheets right now, you guys, and that's pretty crazy. Like, so we're gonna see, the SPY on the spot. We'll zoom in a little bit here. So it looks like this retest is going to happen, you guys. I think this retest, I'm seeing a lot of like bearish divergences, not only with that, but with Bitcoin is exhibiting some bearish divergence. Litecoin is showing some heavy bearish divergence. ETH is on a huge bearish divergence. And then you want to see like the dollar right now is it's got hidden bullish divergence and regular divergence, bullish divergence. Okay. And it's like very strong. That's the cipher actually goes into the dollar, you guys. So, I mean, we're having a technical breakout on the dollar right now. I'm going to turn on some indicators for you. So this buy is actually, this is a very strong buy. I got two buys firing right now, one a couple days off, and then you have the hash ribbons firing. So you have buy, buy, like all, and this is on the daily. Okay. If I zoom out to the weekly, what are we at? We don't quite have a buy on the weekly yet. But on the daily, we're showing the MACD is still opening up. So if you guys ever need like questions, or you want to learn things on technical trading, please let me know. I will go over anything. This is the MACD. It's kind of a mixture of an algorithm that kind of shows this cross. The things that work for me, especially on cryptos, are a little bit different than regular stocks. The bad news on Bitcoin right now is that we're getting this heavy sell. Again, the cipher's not really telling us that much. The MACD is definitely rolled. So at least on the daily, like this is the cross. So this is your sell signal. Okay. That red dot, and we're opening up still. It's not slowing down. We haven't got any kind of, a slowdown here for that. So, and then, the RSI is dropping. We did have a buy earlier on that. So it basically we went from a buy, which was actually a pretty good buy, and now we're just having a sell. So, and the fact that we're falling back into this pattern right now is not super great, because now we're gonna, this is kind of like this massive throw over right now. We're still in a bear market, you guys. Like this is, and it's going to get worse, because the SPY is going to get worse. There's no soft landing here, you guys. There's no soft landing. So do not be fooled by, people talking like Jim Cramer that we're going to have this soft landing. Okay. You could be buying stocks right now. If you guys are buying stocks right now, you could wait 10 years. I just showed you why that you could wait 10 years to break even again. Okay. Cryptos, I think, are going to be a different thing. They usually have 4-year cycles. We might be extending it a little bit longer. It could be as we shake out, bad actors, bad players, and US, starts onboarding Bitcoin as a reserve. So once that happens, we're gonna we're gonna see this curve really start kicking into gear, and you probably will see a decoupling, you guys, of the stock market and SPY, just because there's so much money that's going to be flowing. Even a fraction of all this, even if gold, it might be gold, silver, and cryptos. Like, I really think those are safe plays right now. Even at these prices is still probably good, but you are going to see a capitulation dump, you guys. Traditionally, also Bitcoin, if you zoom out on the weekly here, Bitcoin usually retraces, you guys. From the top to the bottom here, this is like an 85, 87% retracement. Okay. This top to bottom, this was a 85% retracement. Okay. Where's the top to bottom here? Okay. So an 85% tracement, a normal retracement is a $10,000 Bitcoin. If it hits $10,000, it's just doing whatever it's done before. It's doing the same exact thing. So we could go to $10,000. This is going to probably be literally the buying opportunity of a lifetime, especially for this generation, you guys. We're so fortunate to be in this space. And if you're here, I salute you. I want to go into the Litecoin Bitcoin chart. And I love this chart, you guys. We're continuing this breakout. This is Litecoin's strength against Bitcoin. And I do have a target of 2% of a Bitcoin. So the place to be based on this chart is Litecoin, not Bitcoin. So excuse me. If you guys are owning some Bitcoin, you may want to, convert a little bit to Litecoin. That's what it's saying. That's what I'm doing. That's what the charts are doing. But I do have a pretty strong cash position right now, waiting for some sort of crazy, capitulations. There's going to be some sort of black swan event, you guys, that's coming up. And I want you to be prepared for it, because don't buy a car right now. Don't do anything like that. Don't buy stuff. There'll be a time that, cars and Teslas are going to be a lot cheaper than they are right now. As the dollar is actually starts breaking out, you guys, because this thing, if this turns into a weekly bull flag, this is what you have an opportunity. You have a chance that this is a weekly bull flag on the dollar. And it's basically it means that the dollar is a juggernaut, and it's going to take out all of these asset classes and all these cryptos and stuff. It's going to fall as the dollar strengthens. And it also means that all these other foreign economies, okay, are basically going to start even converting their currencies into the dollar. So that's why this dollar milkshake is going to happen. Okay. And as the dollar strengthens, it weakens other countries currencies, right? So because most of the time, businesses even all around the world are taking out dollar denominated debt because it's cheaper than their local currency. So they're going to be, and as the dollar strengthens, then it makes it harder for that debt to get paid back, which then creates a stronger dollar, as people have to move more and more money out of their own local currencies as they start hyperinflating, and then they're going to have to start printing more, and it's going to be the debt based system, you guys. I did not design or create. Okay. But having money that's based on debt is just seems like a bad idea. And so we're living through this time, you guys, where I think, sound money is going to come to the forefront. And I want you to be on board. I wanted to show you guys, Digibyte on the monthly right now. I'll zoom in a little bit. That's a little bit too much, but I did tell you guys we are getting this buy on the weekly, okay, for Digi, and this is probably going to be a pretty phenomenal trade. I'm hoping that this is going to back test. I do kind of expect Digibyte to possibly break back into this triangle temporarily. So I'm kind of holding off on buying anything at this point in time because I do think the Digi is going to be affected by the broader, Bitcoin and Litecoin correction here. How deep this correction is, again, I think the deepest we're going to go is 10,000 Bitcoin. And I would be I'm recommending, this is not financial advice on this channel. We don't do that. We just paper trade. But if I was paper trading it, I would be scooping up, and I plan to scoop up a bunch at 10,000. I'll start laddering in around 16, and then as it drops, my bags will get deeper, right? So that's how you play this thing, you guys. You don't know when the bottom is exactly going to happen. I will tell you that a bottom has never happened in 100. There's never ever been in the history of time has there been a bottom while the Fed is in a quantitative tightening cycle. Okay, so we're waiting for the Fed to pivot, and then I think that we're going to have a correction, you guys. We're going to have a serious correction. We're going to have this. This is way up there, you guys. We're still this is where we are. This is like way up there still. Okay. And we have a lot of room to the downside on the S&P. And the yield curve is telling us, you guys, this is real bad. This is real bad. This is this is looking like we're going to have like a 1929 again, you guys. I hate to say that, but strap on your boots, you guys, because this is and pray for all the leaders out there, you guys. Pray for all the leaders that we reach some sort of negotiation. We need to send negotiators instead of tanks. Okay. We need to stop this war before it gets out of hand. It's crazy. It's gone on so long. Like, there needs to be some negotiation. You can't just have these hard stance from either side. It doesn't get anywhere. Okay. So if you guys are out there and you're part of leadership and you can help calm the storm out there, because this is for everybody, you guys. This is for all of our kids. This is humanity. The most important thing in the entire world right now is us to resolve this Russian conflict right now peacefully, because no one wants a world war. No one wants a nuclear war. I mean, there are people that want it, and the people that want it are the Halliburtons and all the military spending and all the the war machine, right? And fuck them, dude. Like, the humanity, they don't even understand. It's not a real scenario, because nobody makes any money if everybody's dead. Okay. And so having something peacefully negotiated here is the most important thing for humanity right now. Yeah, pray for our leaders, pray for the peace. I think you guys I'm gonna be here for you guys. Salute to everybody that's out there right now. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe to my channel. If you guys want me to cover anything, let me know. I will do it. Even my dojers, we're still looking weak, you guys. We got to get over. It has broken out of this channel for doji, but be careful here. And I think that we do have a little bit more pain to come based on the technicals. It looks like there's going to be some sort of event soon. And I would expect some sort of weird news to come out. I'm predicting bad news, you guys. I hate to say that, but I honestly, so if you zoom out to Litecoin, this is what I really think is going to happen, you guys. So I think we might have a little bit more of a dip, right? We're going to have a dip. It's crazy that we're having a dip going into the halving, but we might have a dip going into the halving. I would expect maybe a little bit more of a rip and then a dip, but whatever. There's some macro level things going on. But I expect a rip like this, you guys, like, starting in like 2025. I think we're going to have this like incredible rip, and this is not improbable chart, you guys. This is like, look back on the history and tell me that that's not possible. Okay. It's happened once, you could say twice, three times. Okay. We've had some pretty amazing rips in Litecoin. It's a very violent coin compared to the rest of the crypto market. And it's a pure crypto that's, has the potential of being the one that unites us with privacy and everything that we need in a currency. So I honestly believe that. I think Litecoin's going to do some amazing things, and I hope you guys are out there. You believe me too, and I want to lead you down a path that Jim Cramer and the Meat Kevins of the world are not telling you. Something a little bit different. Okay, it's I'm not ringing the bell. I'm not blowing smoke up your hoo-haws. Okay. I don't even get paid to do this, but I love being able to communicate truth. I love truth. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Litecoin Lawton out.